Now, Virgin Atlantic has announced a slew of partnerships in India recently. This includes a partnership with Indigo, Delta Airlines, as well as Air France and KLM to enhance air connectivity from India to Europe. The airline also extended its two-decade-long strategic partnership with Tata Consultancy Services. Under this renewed 7-year agreement, the two organizations will deepen their collaboration to strengthen the technological foundations of Virgin Atlantic. I caught up with Virgin Atlantic CEO Shai Weiss to discuss these strategic partnerships and much more. I began by asking him about demand in India and what the airline has in store for the Indian market.
You know, in 2019, we looked at the markets and made a big call, and we thought that India would represent a bigger opportunity for Virgin Atlantic than actually other Asian destinations, including China. And we increased since then from a daily flight into Delhi into 5 times a day into 3 locations in India. So that was a bet, and I think it's going to pay back handsomely. Of course, there's a lot of competition. It's a very competitive market. But we think our premium service, our partnership with Indigo, Air France, KLM, and Delta would really set us apart. People love the Virgin brand in India, have loved it for many, many years. And after 25 years, we're here seeing the immense growth. I think the number of people with a passport in India is less than 10%. I opened up the newspaper today, and we talked about growth of 7.5%, and that's real numbers. So to be a part of this transformation, to offer both for, of course, visiting friends and relatives across the pond in the diaspora, in Toronto, in London, of course, in the UK, in the US, is immensely important. We've just signed, of course, our country, a trade agreement with India. So I think there's a lot to go in terms of this market, and we see really tremendous potential and tremendous demand for international travel, and of course for Virgin Atlantic.
Let me ask you a question. You've given me a fantastic cue about the India-UK FTA. A large part of the traffic that we see between India and the UK dominated by those visiting friends and family. Do you expect now, post the UK FTA, also to see business delegations, business travel increase after this FTA was signed between the two countries?
Yes, but I want to say that our premium cabins, you know, we are a premium carrier, but our premium cabins are premium and upper class, are full all the time to and from India. I think it's not lost on us that this economy is not just now a service economy, but also going to be a manufacturing economy, a technology economy. The connections between here and the UK and onwards into San Francisco, into the tech hubs, is profound. So yes, there is a tremendous demand to connect families and friends and relatives between India and the diaspora, but it's really a business market as well. And you know, Bengaluru, that's why we've added that flight, exactly for that reason, the tech hub of India. And I think there is a tremendous demand for that.
It's great that you mentioned Bengaluru in terms of expanding the footprint. Given that you talk about a large VFR component to the traffic, increasing business travel as well, could we see Virgin perhaps flying out of a tier 2, tier 3 city as well in India, something like maybe a Pune or an Ahmedabad? Is that something that's perhaps on the cards?
I always say when these questions come up, you know, we've just got to 1 million seats. Let's make the 1 million seats count. I think what we can talk about is the fact that we've announced this cooperation with Indigo. We already connected to 36 domestic flights of Indigo, our partner, and of course they're growing so quickly. So I think we cover many, many secondary cities in India through our partnership with Indigo. And of course, as demand comes, we will consider what to do in partnership and of course on our own.
You've given us a slight glimpse into the MOU that you've signed. Give us more color on it. The MOU is quite wide, includes Indigo, the likes of Delta. You're, of course, a part of it. What are you anticipating in terms of the grounds for signing this MOU with Indian partners like the Indigo?
Yeah, I think, you know, first of all, we were here with our joint venture partners, Delta and Air France KLM. You know, we have a very strong and probably the best transatlantic joint venture. And now Indigo is now announced that it will fly into Schiphol, into Manchester. And in those places, we will take the passengers onwards into the United States. And of course, let's not forget, we've also announced today a renewal of a 20-year partnership with Tata Consulting Group, TCS, who provide our technology and deep infrastructure. So it's a very big day for Virgin Atlantic in India. We've worked over 2 years to get to this day, and we're exceptionally proud of the warm welcome, our partnership, which power our success.
Well, you're clearly a busy man. Tell us more about TCS. It's a 20-year partnership. You've renewed this partnership for 7 more years with TCS. So tell us why TCS and what are the problems that you've gone to Amit with that, look, Amit, look, TCS, this is what I want you to solve for us.
Yeah, so, partnerships power our success. I've said this multiple times, and TCS provide our core infrastructure support on the technology side. And we've undergone a transformation of Virgin Atlantic, moving to cloud, updating all our systems and our apps and front-end systems. But of course, everybody's talking about, in our industry, about personalization, premium, and of course, generative AI. And I think those are the major problems. For Virgin Atlantic, we provide a personal service, and technology underpins that. We're launching a new app this year, which we call the world of Virgin Atlantic in your pocket. That has to be built and transformed. And underneath that is AI, of course, in all the operation systems, in the pricing mechanisms, in anticipating what people want to do. Technology, digital, AI is at the heart of it. And we really trust, after 20 years with TCS, to go further and deeper in this renewed partnership, renewing the vows with TCS today on the back of the announcement that we made earlier.
We are at that flux in time wherein there's many things which are happening in the world of tech, in the world of services, in the world of consumer expectations, and in the world of airline as well. So if you put all of that together and you can put it under the banner of different tech which is coming along, there is a lot of work that we both need to cover through. I think to put it in a perspective of a partnership, we have enjoyed a very successful relationship for the last 2 decades. The next era to come is essentially in the reflection of how do we uplift the consumer experience, the passenger experience, the airline efficiency, but at the same time possibly make it agile enough to attempt new businesses as well.
2025 is a critical year, a lot of deals up for renewal. This one is in the bag for the next 7 years. But from the UK market itself, Chesnara is something that I believe is in play. There are other big deals like the one with Star Alliance in aviation space, Nielsen, Daimler, GE Appliances. Can you give us some perspective that in light of the uncertainty that we are seeing, what is that translating into in terms of IT spends, in terms of these decision making? What is that translating into the ticket sizes when you look at these renewals going forward in 2025?
See, if you take a step back and look at the genesis of the question behind the question or the intent behind that, I think most of the organizations are at a pivotal point to say that can they reimagine the businesses that they operate in, given the landscape that they operate in has changed. So will it mean an operating model change? Will it mean a partnership consolidation? Will it mean a tech evolution? So a lot of those themes will play around. Whether they play under the banner of cloud, under the banner of AI, under the banner of data, under the banner of efficiency, effectiveness, or experience. You can put across a lot of those themes together.
Sure.
So our impression is that we'll see a lot of those conversations to converge under the banner of these themes. Tough to put a single color on all deals because every organization tends to be unique.
Sure.
They all tend to have to be decided on what's right for them, both for here and now as well as for the future outlook. Given our depth of relationship, given our domain knowledge, given our investment in talent and AI, we feel confident.
And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of News Center. More news and updates will continue right here on CNBC TV 18.